Over billions of years, our planet Earth has been shaped and molded by remarkable forces of nature. From the towering mountains to the deepest oceans, life in all its diversity has flourished. But imagine, if you will, a world stripped bare of its verdant forests, a world without the silent guardians of our ecosystem, the trees. The very thought sends shivers down my spine. For without these majestic beings, the consequences would be nothing short of catastrophic, not just for the countless species that call forests home, but for the very air we breathe, the water we drink, and the future of humanity itself. Join me now as we delve into a world devoid of trees and uncover the devastating ripple effects that would follow. Trees, often referred to as the Earth's lungs, are the unsung heroes of our planet, silently and diligently working to maintain the delicate balance of gases in our atmosphere. Through the miraculous process of photosynthesis, they absorb carbon dioxide, locking it away in their woody embrace, and in return release the very breath of life, oxygen. But in this desolate world devoid of trees, the air grows heavy, thick with the suffocating grip of carbon dioxide. The once vibrant blue skies now wear a dull, lifeless grey, mirroring the bleak future that awaits. As the oxygen levels plummet, every breath becomes a struggle. The invisible hand of suffocation tightens its grip on the animal kingdom. Birds, their songs silenced, struggle to take flight, their wings beating furiously against the oxygen-deprived air. Land animals, gasping for air, succumb to the suffocating grip of a dying planet. The very essence of life, the air we breathe, is slowly being choked out. And as we delve deeper into this desolate world, we begin to grasp the true magnitude of our loss. The consequences of a world without trees extend far beyond our immediate need for oxygen. It's a domino effect, a chain reaction of catastrophic events that threaten to unravel the very fabric of life as we know it. Without the trees to absorb the sun's energy, the planet begins to heat up at an alarming rate. The once temperate zones are transformed into scorching deserts, the land cracked and barren, baking under the relentless heat. The polar ice caps, those majestic giants of the north and south, begin to melt at an unprecedented rate, their icy grip on the oceans weakening with each passing day. The delicate balance of our planet's temperature, carefully maintained by the presence of trees, is thrown into disarray, leading to extreme weather patterns that wreak havoc across the globe. Hurricanes, once rare occurrences, become commonplace, their fury unleashed upon coastal cities, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Droughts grip vast swathes of land, turning once fertile fields into arid wastelands. The very environment that sustains us is unraveling thread by thread, and the future looks bleak indeed. But the consequences of a world without trees extend far beyond the physical realm. The psychological impact on humanity is profound. Trees, with their towering presence in their verdant foliage, have always been a source of solace and inspiration. They represent strength, resilience, and the enduring power of nature. Their absence leaves a gaping hole in our collective psyche, a void that cannot be filled. In a world starved of oxygen and ravaged by climate change, humanity would face an unprecedented crisis, a fight for survival against insurmountable odds. The very essence of our being, our connection to the natural world, would be severed, leaving us adrift in a desolate and unforgiving environment. Trees are not merely silent witnesses to the passage of time, they are active participants in the intricate dance of our planet's climate system. Like sponges, they draw in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, storing it within their very being, preventing this heat-trapping gas from wreaking havoc on our climate. But in a world stripped bare of these verdant guardians, the very air we breathe transforms into a suffocating blanket of carbon dioxide. The Earth, once a place of gentle warmth, begins to swelter under an unforgiving sun. Temperatures soar to unprecedented heights, turning once temperate regions into scorching infernos. The polar ice caps, those majestic sentinels of the north and south, begin to weep, their tears adding to the rising tides that threaten to engulf our coastal cities. The delicate balance of our planet's thermostat, carefully calibrated over millennia, is shattered. Weather patterns, once predictable and life-giving, morph into violent and destructive forces. Hurricanes, fueled by the warming oceans, lash out with increasing fury, carving a path of destruction across vulnerable coastlines. Droughts grip vast swathes of land, turning once fertile fields into parched and cracked earth. The lifeblood of our planet, water, becomes a precious and increasingly scarce commodity. As the Earth bakes under the relentless heat, entire ecosystems begin to crumble. Forests, once teeming with life, wither and die, their skeletal remains standing as stark reminders of the vibrant ecosystems they once supported. Animals, desperate for food and water, are forced to migrate in search of hospitable lands, their journeys fraught with danger and uncertainty. The very fabric of life on Earth, woven together by the intricate tapestry of ecosystems, begins to unravel, thread by thread. And as the planet continues to heat up, the consequences of our actions become ever more dire. The Earth, once a vibrant oasis teeming with life, is slowly being transformed into a hostile and unforgiving planet. Within the emerald embrace of forests, a hidden world teems with life. From the towering canopy to the forest floor, an astonishing array of plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms coexist in a delicate and intricate web of interdependence. Trees, with their towering presence and sheltering branches, provide food, shelter, and the very breath of life to countless species. They are the pillars upon which entire ecosystems rest. But in a world stripped bare of these verdant giants, the intricate web of life begins to unravel. The symphony of the forest, once a chorus of buzzing insects, chirping birds, and the rustling of leaves, falls silent. Animals, their homes destroyed, their food sources gone, are left to face an uncertain fate. Many succumb to starvation, their bodies littering the barren landscape. Others, desperate to survive, are forced into a fierce competition for dwindling resources. The loss of trees triggers a cascade of extinctions, each one a tragedy in its own right. Species that have evolved over millennia to thrive in the unique conditions provided by forests disappear, their genetic heritage lost forever. The intricate relationships between species, honed by evolution over countless generations, are disrupted, leading to further ecological collapse. The very foundation of biodiversity, the rich tapestry of life that has evolved on Earth over billions of years, is torn apart. With each passing day, the silence of extinction grows louder, a haunting reminder of the irreplaceable treasures we are losing. The vibrant ecosystems that once graced our planet, each one a testament to the wonders of evolution, are reduced to desolate wastelands. Trees, with their intricate root systems, act as nature's anchors, binding the soil together, preventing it from being washed away by the relentless forces of wind and rain. Their fallen leaves and branches decompose to form a rich humus, providing essential nutrients that nourish the very ground we walk upon. But in a world stripped bare of these silent guardians, the soil, exposed and vulnerable, becomes a victim of its own fragility. The life-giving topsoil, rich in nutrients and organic matter, is easily carried away by the wind, transforming once fertile fields into barren wastelands. Rain, no longer intercepted by a protective canopy of leaves, pounds the exposed earth, compacting the soil and making it difficult for new life to take root. The loss of soil fertility has devastating consequences for agriculture. Crops, starved of essential nutrients, struggle to grow, their yields dwindling with each passing season. The once abundant harvests that sustain civilizations are reduced to a fraction of their former glory. Food shortages become commonplace, leading to famine, conflict, and widespread suffering. The very ground beneath our feet, once a source of life and abundance, is transformed into a barren and unforgiving landscape. The loss of soil, a gradual and often overlooked consequence of deforestation, would have profound implications for the future of humanity, undermining our ability to feed a growing population and threatening the very foundations of our civilization. Trees, those silent giants of the natural world, play a crucial role in the intricate ballet of evaporation, precipitation and flow that sustains life on Earth. Like nature's wells, they draw water from the depths of the Earth, releasing it back into the atmosphere through transpiration, a process that helps to regulate the flow of water through the environment. But in this desolate world, devoid of trees, the water cycle, once a symphony of interconnectedness, is thrown into disarray. Rainfall, no longer intercepted by a protective canopy of leaves, pounds the exposed earth, carrying away precious topsoil and causing widespread erosion. The ground, hardened and unable to absorb the sudden deluge, becomes like a paved road channeling rainwater into raging torrents that flood rivers and streams, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Groundwater reserves, replenished by the slow percolation of rainwater through the soil, begin to dwindle as the Earth's ability to absorb and store water is compromised. Springs and wells run dry, leaving communities desperate for the life-giving liquid. Droughts become more frequent and severe, their grip tightening on the land, turning once fertile fields into parched and cracked earth. The delicate balance of fresh water and salt water is disrupted as rising sea levels caused by the melting of glaciers and polar ice caps push inland, contaminating coastal aquifers and threatening the very existence of low-lying islands. The world, once a tapestry of interconnected waterways, becomes fragmented, its lifeblood slowly draining away. Forests, often described as the Earth's lungs, are also, in a sense, its breadbasket. They provide a haven for pollinators, those industrious creatures that play a vital role in the reproduction of countless plant species, including many of the crops that grace our tables. Trees also help to regulate local climates, creating microclimates that are conducive to agriculture. But in a world stripped bare of these verdant giants, the delicate balance of our agricultural systems is thrown into disarray. Pollinators, their habitats destroyed, their food sources gone, disappear from the landscape, leaving crops unpollinated and unable to bear fruit. The loss of trees disrupts local climates, leading to more extreme temperatures, erratic rainfall patterns, and an increase in the frequency and severity of droughts and floods, making it increasingly difficult to grow food. The consequences for food security are dire. Crops fail, harvests dwindle, and food prices soar, placing a heavy burden on families struggling to put food on the table. Food shortages lead to malnutrition, starvation, and social unrest as competition for dwindling resources intensifies. The very act of feeding ourselves, once a testament to our ingenuity and our connection to the land, becomes a precarious and uncertain endeavor. The loss of forests, those silent partners in our agricultural endeavors, would have profound implications for the future of food security, threatening the very foundations of our civilization. The economic impact of a world without trees would be nothing short of catastrophic, sending shockwaves through the global economy and leaving industries in ruins. Forestry, one of the oldest and most important industries in the world, providing livelihoods for millions of people, would cease to exist. The once thriving timber industry, supplying us with wood for construction, furniture and countless other products, would grind to a halt. The paper industry, reliant on the cellulose fibers derived from trees, would face collapse. Newspapers, books, and packaging materials would become scarce and expensive, impacting communication, education, and commerce. The pharmaceutical industry, which derives many of its medicines from plants found in forests, would lose a vital source of raw materials, hindering the development of new drugs and treatments. Tourism, A major source of income for many countries blessed with beautiful forests and natural landscapes would suffer a devastating blow. The loss of these natural treasures would result in a sharp decline in visitor numbers, leading to job losses and economic hardship in communities that rely on tourism. The ripple effects of this economic collapse would be felt far and wide, impacting global trade, financial markets, and the lives of billions of people. The intricate web of our globalized economy, built on the foundation of a healthy and productive natural world, would unravel, leaving behind a legacy of poverty, instability, and conflict. Trees, with their towering presence and their verdant foliage, have always held a special place in the human psyche. They are symbols of strength, resilience, and the enduring power of nature. Their presence evokes feelings of peace, tranquility, and a sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. But in a world stripped bare of these majestic beings, our spirits too would wither. The loss of trees would leave a gaping hole in our emotional landscape, a void that could not be filled. Studies have shown that exposure to nature, particularly to trees, has a profound impact on our mental and physical well-being. Trees reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve mood. The loss of trees would also erase a rich tapestry of cultural and spiritual heritage. For centuries, trees have been revered in folklore, mythology, and religious traditions around the world. They have inspired artists, poets, and musicians, their beauty captured in countless works of art. The disappearance of trees would sever our connection to this rich cultural legacy, leaving us feeling adrift, unmoored from the past, and uncertain about the future. The world would become a blander, less inspiring place, devoid of the wonder and awe that trees inspire. As we venture deeper into this desolate world devoid of trees, a chilling truth settles upon us. The very survival of humanity, intricately intertwined with the fate of forests, hangs precariously in the balance. The air, thick with pollutants and starved of oxygen, becomes increasingly toxic, a deadly cocktail that slowly suffocates life as we know it. The relentless march of desertification transforms once fertile lands into barren wastelands, leaving a trail of starvation and conflict in its wake. Coastal cities swallowed by rising sea levels stand as grim monuments to our folly. The planet, once a vibrant oasis teeming with life, now bears the scars of our actions, a desolate testament to the consequences of unchecked greed and environmental neglect. The collapse of ecosystems disrupts the delicate balance of nature, unleashing a cascade of unintended consequences that ripple through the biosphere. Diseases once confined to remote regions find new pathways to spread, their virulence amplified in a world weakened by environmental degradation. The intricate web of life, woven together over billions of years of evolution, unravels, leaving behind a desolate and unforgiving planet. The human race, once the dominant species on Earth, now faces the spectre of its own extinction, a sobering reminder of our vulnerability and our interconnectedness with the natural world. The future, once bright with promise, now looms dark and uncertain, a stark reminder that our actions have consequences that could ultimately lead to our own demise. As we've journeyed through this imagined world devoid of trees, a chilling truth has come into sharp focus. Our fate is inextricably bound to the fate of these silent guardians of our planet. The destruction of all trees on Earth would be akin to severing the very arteries that carry lifeblood to our planet. The consequences, as we've seen, would be nothing short of catastrophic, leading to a cascade of events that threaten the very fabric of life as we know it. But this is not an inevitable future. We have the power to choose a different path, a path that honors our interconnectedness with the natural world, a path that recognizes the invaluable role trees play in sustaining life on Earth. The time to act is now, with urgency and determination, to protect our forests, to plant trees, to restore degraded lands, and to shift towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all. Let us not be remembered as the generation that stood idly by as the Earth's lungs withered and died. Let us be the generation that chose to breathe life back into our planet to safeguard its future and to ensure that generations to come can marvel at the majesty of trees and thrive in a world where forests continue to stand tall as beacons of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of nature.